Imagine two people who graduate from college at the same time. They get similar jobs, earn similar salaries, and start adult life with the same opportunities. Fast forward 10 years. One has savings, investments, and financial freedom. The other is drowning in debt and living paycheck to paycheck. What happened? The difference usually isn't intelligence. It isn't luck, and it isn't even income. It's the financial decisions they made during their 20s. The scary part is that most money mistakes don't feel like mistakes when you're making them. They feel normal, and that's exactly why they're dangerous. Today, we're talking about the biggest money mistakes people make in their 20s and how avoiding them can completely change your financial future. Mistake hash 1. Waiting too long to invest. One of the most expensive phrases in personal finance is, "I'll start later." Most people think investing is something they can worry about in their 30s or 40s. But time is actually more important than money when it comes to investing. Think of investing like planting a tree. The earlier you plant it, the more time it has to grow. Someone who invests a small amount in their 20s can often end up with more money than someone who invests much larger amounts later in life. The biggest advantage young people have isn't income, it's time. And once time passes, you can never get it back. Mistake hash 2. Lifestyle inflation. Hey, have you ever noticed that people get raises but still feel broke? That's because every time their income increases, their spending increases too. They get a better phone, a nicer apartment, a newer car, more expensive vacation, and suddenly the raise disappears. This is called lifestyle inflation. The problem isn't enjoying your money. The problem is upgrading your lifestyle every single time you earn more. Wealthy people often do something different. When their income increases, they save and invest part of it before increasing their spending. Instead of letting every raise disappear, they put some of it to work for their future. Mistake hash 3. Trying to look rich. Social media has made this mistake more common than ever. Every day, people see luxury cars, designer clothes, expensive vacations, and influencers showing off their lifestyles. And without realizing it, many start spending money just to appear successful. But here's the truth. Looking rich and being rich are completely different things. A lot of people driving expensive cars are struggling financially. Meanwhile, some truly wealthy people live surprisingly simple lives. Real wealth isn't what people see. It's what you own. It's your savings, your investments, your assets. The goal shouldn't be to look wealthy. The goal should be to become wealthy. Mistake hash 4. Relying on debt. Credit cards make spending incredibly easy. You can buy something today and worry about paying later. The problem is that later eventually arrives. Many people in their 20s use debt to buy things that lose value almost immediately. The excitement lasts a few days, but the payments can last months or even years. Debt doesn't just cost money, it steals future opportunities. Every dollar spent on interest is a dollar that can't be invested or saved. Before taking on debt, ask yourself one simple question. Will I still be happy about this purchase 6 months from now? If the answer is no, it's probably not worth financing. Mistake hash 5. Not having an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down, phones get damaged, unexpected bills appear, and jobs can disappear without warning. Yet many people have no financial backup plan. Without savings, even a small emergency can become a major crisis. That's why an emergency fund is so important. Think of it as financial armor. You hope you never need it, but when life throws a surprise at you, you'll be glad it's there. Even a few months of expenses saved can dramatically reduce stress and help you avoid debt. The real reason these mistakes happen at first glance, these mistakes seem completely different. Waiting to invest, overspending, taking on debt, trying to impress others. But they all come from the same psychological problem. Humans naturally prioritize short-term rewards over long-term benefits. We want happiness now, comfort now, validation now. But wealth is built by thinking beyond today. It's built through small decisions repeated consistently over time. The people who become financially successful aren't usually making perfect decisions. They're simply making slightly better decisions more often. Focus on 5 simple habits. Start investing as early as possible. Spend less than you earn. Avoid unnecessary debt. Build an emergency fund. And stop comparing your financial journey to everyone else's. Notice that none of these require a huge salary. You don't need to be rich to build wealth. You simply need good habits and enough time. And your 20s are one of the most important financial decades of your life. Not because you're earning the most money, but because you're creating the habits that will shape your future. Years from now, you probably won't remember most of the things you bought, but you'll definitely feel the impact of the financial decisions you make today. The good news, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything about money. You just need to avoid a few common mistakes and start making smarter choices. Because building wealth isn't about one giant decision. It's about making small, smart decisions consistently. And the best time to start is today.